All right, hello. Welcome back to Daily Update, my 1000 Days Challenge. This is day 339, so let's get things started. So first and foremost, you'll see that the balance remain the same, but actually I've lost, I think, more than 300 today, and 2 is from the main trading account setup over here. So 200 over there, 2R is based on Ethereum and Link. So they actually have a nice bounce enough to hit the trigger stop loss. So Bitcoin-wise, I'm still in the short setup. And for experimental trades up, similarly, I faced another loss for both Ethereum and Link itself. So in these cases, I actually went for long and actually hit my stop loss. So that is always why a lot of people many times you hear people saying that if you hear something, if someone is doing this, you do the opposite side of things. It's necessary. In fact, most of the time, you're not going to turn out well in that sense. Because just because things are going, people are going short, doesn't mean that you go long, you'll be profitable because your stop loss and their stop loss could be very much different. So both losses, both long and short, could both loss depending on your specific entry point and your specific stop loss, resulting in good risk to reward setup kind of scenario. All right, so I'll update the account balance after this video itself, but otherwise today is a Monday, so it's just a weekly closing for Bitcoin itself. If you look in terms of the weekly closing itself, like what I mentioned yesterday, somewhat like an indecision kind of inside bar kind of candlestick after the supportive red candlestick itself. So potentially we do have a strong decisive break towards the downside. This could potentially be a very clear or more clear decisive sort of ABC corrective wave to retest this 0.61 kind of retracement, Fibonacci retracement from all the low over here itself. So if it does happen and a very swift bounce up, that will be a really good sign. But yeah, so we have to see how things goes along, or we could actually just consolidate nicely over here and then continue towards the upside just as well. So that's another way you can look at it. All right, otherwise, in terms of daily chart itself, I would say yesterday there was a rather bullish sign, but after that, today we actually look to be sort of a little bit more bearish. But do bear in mind that, like what I mentioned yesterday, even though price was going upwards, we are not actually seeing any increase of volume itself for the past 3 days. In fact, there's been decreasing volume. And right now, volume seems to be picking up because volume has already exceeded what you have over yesterday, which is understandable because yesterday and the day before was actually a Saturday and Sunday, that was on the weekend. And it seems that we are still leaning towards the bearish side of things in the short term wise. But do bear in mind that overall, we are not looking extremely bearish, or at least the sellers are not extremely strong, in the sense that even though we are forming clearly lower lows and the lower highs and lows are sort of flattening itself, we're actually consolidating nicely over here itself. But do bear in mind that this big consolidation pattern is somewhat like a descending triangle, which traditionally is bearish. So let's see how price react to it. And until there's a clear break towards the downside or upside, I'm still leaning towards a bullish bias for the mid to long term, which is like 6 months to a year kind of a time frame. But if you're talking about, say, the next coming week or next coming month, definitely I would be leaning a little bit more towards the bearish side of things. So yeah, with that said, no change in terms of my setup over here. After this video itself, I'll update the trade. So tomorrow, at the very minimum, you will see a drop of around 300 plus because due to some of slippages, commission, and stuff like that. Yep, otherwise, with that said, I've come to the end of today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop by your comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.